All right, y'all, we are back with another video. I definitely had to bring y'all this because The View feel like they can say whatever they want and it ain't no consequences. I mean, they say some of the most outlandish things. These people should have been canceled. They should have been, been taken off air. They should have been gone. And Sonny Hostin just said the most worst thing that a human being can say in television history. This woman literally just compared January 6th to the Holocaust, World War II, and not only those two, she even compared it to slavery. This woman literally compared January 6th to slavery. I mean, you got to be freaking kidding me. How do you constantly get away with saying crap like this? I mean, I'm just so sick of it. We definitely finna go ahead and check out this clip. If y'all can please do me a favor because we about to go off on them. We want more people to see this video, and by more people being able to see this video, it'll really help me out if you watch the video to the end. I know it's going to be hard. Listen to these women babble and tell lies, but don't worry. I'm going to clean all of that up, so I will make it worth your time. So please stay to the end. Let me know in the comment section that you did make it to the end. Like I said, it definitely helps me out a lot of getting the video out there. Subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight into this. And not only that, we're going to get into what Scott Jennings said about them comments as well. Let's go.
President Biden also penned an op-ed warning about the unrelenting effort to rewrite and even erase the history of that day. So is that what happened here? I mean, we all watched.
Yep.
I think most of us saw. I mean, some folks still say that's not what happened, but but what do we do?
I think we need to find moral clarity, in this country. And I just remember after January 6th, you had someone like Mitch McConnell placing the blame on January 6th where it belonged, squarely on Donald Trump's shoulders. And then you started seeing people backtrack that and losing their moral center. You had Condoleezza Rice, I believe, on this very show saying, we need to move on from January 6th. I say no. You don't move on because January 6th was an atrocity. It was one of the worst moments in American history. And when you think about the worst moments in American history,
these women,
like
this woman is still stuck in the past. Oh no, we don't. We don't need to move on. So you're just gonna keep talking about January 6th for the rest of your life, huh, Sonny Hostin? I'm pretty sure you probably in your late 40s or something like that. You're gonna be still talking about January 6th when you turn 97, when you turn 105, when you turn 80. You're gonna be still talking about January 6th. You still living in the past. Talking about we shouldn't move on from it. Well, we shouldn't move on from how y'all lied and covered up Joe Biden's, his mental decline, basically. Knowing that he wasn't fit to be office. Y'all don't want to talk about that. But listen to this crap she finna get ready and say, y'all. Let's go.
But, but what do we do?
I think we need to find moral clarity, in this country. And I just remember after January 6th, you had someone like Mitch McConnell placing the blame on January 6th where it belonged, squarely on Donald Trump's shoulders. And then you started seeing people backtrack that and losing their moral center. You had Condoleezza Rice, I believe, on this very show saying, we need to move on from January 6th. I say no. You don't move on because January 6th was an atrocity. It was one of the worst moments in American history. And
when you
think about the worst moments in American history, like World War II, things that happened, like the Holocaust, chattel slavery, we need to never forget.
This woman compared January 6th to slavery, to World War II. Not only that, and the Holocaust. What the hell is wrong with this woman? This is ridiculous. Nobody on this show is going to check her for that crap. They just let her say whatever she wants. That is ridiculous. You're going to literally compare the Holocaust, World War II, and slavery? You're going to compare that to January 6th. These people hate Donald Trump so much that they willing to just say anything because you know what? Nobody at that table is going to correct her. Nobody's going to say, hey, Sonny, no. I understand we don't like Donald Trump, but you're going a little bit too far. Whoopi ain't saying that. Nobody is saying that. They're just letting this woman sit here and run her mouth and say some of the most dumbest stuff in the world. Look what this woman just compared. I mean, you got to be freaking kidding me to say some crap. How can you let something like that come out your mouth?
Forget. Because past becomes prologue if you forget any race.
I want to ask you, Alyssa.
Ain't it funny her talking about slavery when she said her parents were slaveholders? It's so funny to listen to Sunny Hostin talk about slavery when she admitted to her own that she didn't know her own family was slaveholders. And like I said, nobody at this table is going to correct this woman. They ain't going to say anything about that. Why didn't they say that? Why didn't they say, hey, Sonny, last time I remember your parents were slaveholders? But she got the audacity to bring something up like that and trying to compare that. That is just outlandish. That is foolish, man.
So because watching your evolution, when you look back, what goes through your mind?
I've been thinking a lot about this. I'll always be proud of Mike Pence for doing the right thing, but it's also an incredibly low bar. It's simply fulfilling the Constitution, just as Kamala Harris is going to do today, as Al Gore did before her. People have lost, and they've put the Constitution over their political ambitions. I have to say, I think there were warning signs, though, that we would be where we are today. And most Americans were not comfortable with January 6th. They thought it was bad. They thought it was awful. But for 4 years, they said, guys, we are hurting. The cost of living is too high. We are concerned about the border. I predicted here 6 months ago we were careening to Donald Trump's inauguration. People needed to listen that, yes, democracy matters, but if you can't pay your bills, it's hard to care about something as nebulous as democracy. And I think that the warning signs were there. And I say this with due respect to Joe Biden. I didn't disagree with a word he said in that op-ed, but people were saying, we have concern about your age. He waited till August and then gave Kamala Harris this runway to run for president. All the warning signs were there. This was Democrats. They had the chance to stop Donald Trump from being inaugurated. And here we are. But I hope people don't. I hope the whitewashing of January 6th ends. It wasn't right. It never will be, no matter how much people lie about it. But this was avoidable in my mind.
Well, and I think that it's an important thing is to commemorate it every year in a way, not to compare it to 9/11, because, again, it's not an equivalent, but there are people alive today, including my niece, that didn't know 9/11. So when you talk to anyone that was alive during that time, you have a visceral fear response that takes you back there.
I noticed one thing. If there's anything that's being said on this show that's in favor of Donald Trump, if y'all notice, they got this crowd just trained not to clap if they say anything nice about Donald Trump. Or like people knew about Joe Biden's decline. They didn't say nothing. You see, after she got finished, you didn't hear no clapping, did you? But let them say some bad stuff about Donald Trump or comparing him to Hitler or that dumb stuff that, Sunny Hostin just said, comparing, January 6th to slavery and all of that. Oh, they'll clap for that. This is ridiculous. I cannot stand them or that crowd. This is ridiculous, man.
January 6th and watching the videos that were playing out on screen, it shook you to the core.
Absolutely.
There will be a time when people will not know this unless they read about it, unless they're taught it. And hopefully we continue to show video every year on January 6th, because I won't tell you how to feel. You just watch that video and you tell me what you see. And I think it's also a reminder of how political and partisan the country's gotten to a dangerous point, because there's got to be an out of bounds, regardless of what party you're on. And I know a ton of people that are not rewriting this, that may have voted for Donald Trump, that are lifelong Republicans, who still say January 6th was a disgrace. So it is one thing that we can all agree on and need to remember every anniversary.
What do you think, Anna?
They get on my nerves,
I'm incredibly
bro.
grateful to the January 6th committee. I'm incredibly grateful to the members of that committee, including Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger, the two Republicans who agreed to serve on it, because no matter how much they try to rewrite it, erase it, whitewash it, just lie about it, the truth is in that report, and it will stand. It will stand the test of time. I'm also very grateful to Joe Biden.
And it's funny how they keep on wanting to say people around Donald Trump are liars or Donald Trump a liar, but they can't sit up here and admit that they lied about Joe Biden knowing that he wasn't fit to be president for these 4 years. They would not admit. The only thing you hear, I'm proud of Joe Biden. I'm proud of Joe Biden. Well, I'm not. This is ridiculous, man. They can constantly say that they are proud of Joe Biden, a man who just pardoned his son with all those crimes, the laptop, the women, the pot, the guns, the pot at the White House. Oh, I'm happy for Joe Biden. Joe Biden did a good job, but they would not criticize, and I've said this plenty of times, they would not criticize Joe Biden. They won't criticize Kamala Harris at all. It's just ridiculous. They just one-sided on this show is the reason why people don't like them. They are not a balanced show. They don't call it right down the middle. They call it one-sided, and it's obvious. It's just a straight Donald Trump hate show. That's all it is.
And Kamala Harris for putting democracy first, Constitution first. A few days ago, Kamala Harris was swearing in as vice president. She swears in the newly elected senators. It included senators like Ted Cruz. It included senators like Dave McCormick from Pennsylvania who attacked her. But you see, it's not about her. It's about the Constitution.
What are you talking about? They attacked her. So, okay, so what you're saying is Kamala Harris can attack people. Remember, this is the same woman that was calling Donald Trump Hitler. The one that was comparing Donald Trump to that man. Calling Donald Trump rally a Nazi rally. This is what Kamala Harris doing, especially like the last week of running, trying to win. She was calling Donald Trump all this. You don't think that right there was some attacks that she was taking on Donald Trump? So it's all about, Ted Cruz them attacked her. She was attacking them. They can't attack back. They can't say anything back. I mean, oh my God, man, this is ridiculous.
And every vice president does that.
Yeah.
Dumb crowd clapping.
She's going to perform her duty today. And she's not just the vice president. She's also the woman who lost to Donald Trump. But she is a mature adult, not a toddler having a tantrum. She is a leader who understands that it is country first. She's going to go to the swearing in.
Oh, really?
And watch him swear in, unlike
something that he did not do.
Oh, so it's really, so Kamala is country first, a woman who left the border open for these illegal aliens to come across and hurt innocent Americans. But she put the country first? You see how these people just sit up here and just straight lie? Kamala Harris don't care about the American people. She don't. Why does she leave the border open? They ain't going to answer that. They going to sit on this show and just lie. That's the reason why they're going to continue to lose. When you're not being honest, people are not going to fall for that crap. You're not being honest. If she put the American people first, maybe she would have won. But she showed us she don't care about the people. Kamala Harris only cared about Kamala Harris. And that's just what it is. Kamala Harris is a liar because she covered it up for Joe Biden. They were asking her in interviews about Joe Biden. She lied about it. Joe Biden lied about his mental decline. Everybody around him, all them Democrats, Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, they lied. But all of a sudden, they honest people?
But
4 years.
I think we've been missing something, if I could say real quick. We're missing something in the moment, though. I heard from a lot of people, because I've testified before the committee, I've testified before the Department of Justice. I met a lot of people who are like, we'll never like January 6th. It was never okay, but they were still voting on the issues that impact them the most. And I think it's very hard if someone says, I had more money when this person was in office, to say, but you have to care about democracy, or you have to care about the attack on the Capitol.
Well, you do, because if you don't have a democracy, you're not going to be getting you're not going to get the job. I mean, we'll never probably ever agree on this, because Joe Biden, the guy who's in now is now the oldest cat. I haven't heard anybody say anything about his cognitive.
You know the reason why they ain't said nothing about Donald Trump? Because Donald Trump ain't got no cognitive decline. He know what he's talking about. He don't need help walking. He know how to get off a stage. He ain't doing any of the stuff that Joe Biden was doing. Now you want to say he's the oldest? It don't matter if Donald Trump the oldest. He's nowhere near Joe Biden. He don't have Joe Biden's brain. You see, he destroyed him in the debate. He destroyed everybody he go against. There's no mental decline, no cognitive decline in Donald Trump. And Whoopi, you know that, because if he had some type of issues, why did you work for him? Why did you work for him, Whoopi? If he had all these issues, all of a sudden now that you hate him because he fired you, all of a sudden now he got all these problems, you don't like him, and then you don't even want to say his name, that you know who. You know who. She is so freaking disrespectful. You got to the point where you're so disrespectful, you can't even call the man by his name. You hate him that much that you can't call him by his freaking name? Do you hear when Donald Trump addressed y'all, he don't say you know who. He called your name. Just like he called Whoopi out. You worked for me. You got mad because I fired you because the way you was treating everybody. That's what everybody do. Everybody Donald Trump fire, they go on these leftist networks and start lying on Donald Trump. Every time he fires somebody, that's what they do. They go straight to CNN, straight to ABC, straight to MSNBC, and start telling lies. It is ridiculous.
I did throughout the whole campaign. I said they're both too old.
Well, but to say he should have gotten out earlier, I don't know that anybody knows when somebody should have done something. That's all. Now, for me, it's all in the past. The things that were concerning these folks did not concern me, and the things that were concerning me did not concern these folks. So there were lots of reasons why this happened. I just say it happened, and now we move forward. However, I do want to say that with all this attempt to erase stuff, you're really hoping that people are going to willingly be stupid. You want people because there's a lot to really take in here. There's the fact that you've been 12 indictments. There's a lot to.
He indictment because of the left. All of this was political. See, the thing is, they know it was political because they didn't want Donald Trump to win. That's why he got all these dumb indictments. That's why you see all these cases falling apart. And they sit at this table and act like they don't know that this crap was political. They know it was political. If Donald Trump wasn't running for office, they wouldn't be talking bad about him. Everybody loved Donald Trump until he started running for office. Then he started running, everybody turned on him. They start putting these false cases on him, Biden using the DOJ. If Donald Trump did to Joe Biden what Joe Biden did to him, they'll be on their show crying, look what Donald Trump did. He used the DOJ for Joe Biden. Joe Biden shouldn't have these indictments. They'll be on a crying campaign, a campaign run. Now you want to throw out, oh, he's a felony. He's this. He's an insurrectionist. No, he ain't been charged for any of that. Y'all just saying that because y'all don't like him. They don't keep it real, but I'm going to keep it real, and I'm going to call them out. They better not never let me go on The View. I promise you that.
34.
Yeah, there's a lot that you will want people to forget.
Counts. Can I ask you, what do you think will happen with this country when and if Donald Trump fulfills his promise to exonerate, basically, and pardon those that committed crimes, including assaulting police officers on January 6th? He says he's going to...
Okay, so if you talking about what the world going to do, why didn't you ask about Joe Biden pardoning his son? What about what he did? What he did to the women, the pot with the women? You ain't gonna talk about what Joe Biden's son did? So you want to talk about what Joe Biden what Donald Trump is gonna do, but why you ain't talking about what Joe Biden just did? What about the clemencies he just hanged out? He just handed out. Why you ain't talking about that? It all refers back to Donald Trump. They say nothing about Joe Biden and what he does and what he just did. A lot of people that was on death row, what did Joe Biden just do? They ain't going to talk about that. They only going to talk about everything about Donald Trump. Sonny Hostin is, oh my God. This, I ain't gonna lie to you. I think this woman is the most hated on TV. She says some of the most outlandish stuff because she wants to be heard.
Because there's a lot to really take in here. There's the fact that you've been 12... indictments. There's a lot to
34.
There's a lot that you will.
It don't matter how many it is. He won.
Can I ask you, what do you think will happen with this country when and if Donald Trump fulfills his promise to exonerate, basically, and pardon those that committed crimes, incling assaulting police officers on January 6th. He says he's going to do that on day one.
Yeah,
in an effort to basically erase what happened.
I know, but
Oh, basically erase what happened. So if you want to talk about erasing what happened, so Donald Trump is going to pardon the J6s on day one to erase what happened. What the hell do you think Joe Biden just did for his son? Did Joe Biden just not erase from 2014 all the way to 2020 or something, erasing everything his son did? Why didn't you ask Whoopi that question about why did Joe Biden pardon his son and got rid and clean his whole slate clean? All the charges from the pot that was in the White House, the laptop situation, with the women, the gun charge. What about all of that? Oh, we just forgot about that, Sonny? I did not forget.
This is what he says he's going to do. Let us see if he is able to do it. I don't know that he's going to be able to do it, or how it's going to sit with the American people.
Yeah.
That's the tricky part for him.
Yes.
Because he doesn't know
how people
how
will
people
react
are
to
going
that.
to react.
You know what's
Nobody
incredibly
cares.
ironic, though, is that a lot of these people, a lot of these elected Republicans who are trying to erase January 6th, there's video of them on January 7th and January 6th at night condemning Donald Trump.
They have forgotten.
You want to talk about there's video? What about the video of Nancy Pelosi admitting that J6 was her fault? You see how they skip across everything? What about that? What about that? You ain't see the video that came out that leaked that Nancy Pelosi admitting that J6 was her fault. But they going to look past that and still blame it on Donald Trump. Yeah, y'all are delusional, man. Y'all just going to live in the past. You're going to keep talking about J6 until your head fall off. You're going to be 100 and some years old still talking about J6 as if it's somebody that was years ago. And you're still talking about it. My goodness, man.
Forgot. They woke up and it was like, where am I? Who am I?
They have conveniently forgotten, because if you're going to be complicit in supporting Donald
Trump.
Trump...
Shut up. I don't want to hear that crap no more. Let's go ahead and get right here. Let's check out what Scott Jennings had to say about the comments of what Sonny Hostin, compared, which we already know. Check this out.
Important in light of all the rhetoric and things we're going to hear people say today is that ultimately it was the American people that got to decide ultimately how we feel collectively as a country about January the 6th. And already today, we have heard some people in other venues say extraordinarily unhinged and vile things, comparing January 6th to the Holocaust, to slavery, to World War II. I think we need to arrange our feelings and control ourselves accordingly here and not go off the deep end. It was not a good day. Political violence cannot be condoned, but we can also be measured in how we view it in light of the rest of American and world history. What's happening today is ultimately a good thing because both parties, for the first time in my adult life, are accepting the results of an election. And that is ultimately putting this country on the right tracks.
But there you go. That was Scott Jennings had to say about it. But like I said, this right here just ridiculous with the stuff that these women be constantly saying. I'm really done with this. This video been long enough. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about it. Like I said, I'm not going to just sit here and let them keep telling lies. I'm going to stop it. And here's the thing what I don't like. It always be people in the comment section. It normally be from Sunny. It normally be like the left. They all come in, hey, why are you stopping the video? Because I want to. I'm not going to let them tell lies and just let it just fly by and I not say nothing. If you want to go watch the whole video is on YouTube with no stoppage. You can watch it on your own time. When us YouTubers, when we doing these videos, we can't let the whole video play. You have to stop it and give commentary. People like, why you keep stopping? That right there just be crazy to me. The whole video is on YouTube for you to go watch it on your own. Don't come over here telling me, don't stop it. You're stopping it too much. I mean, get out of here with that. But like I said, thank you all for watching. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.